Every golfer has a unique and individual golf life. This show aims to help improve your own golf life. Today on Golf Life, we take you out to the Palm Springs area for some insight and golf instruction. We're joined by top teachers Dale Abraham and Mike Malaska. Plus, U.S. Open champ Steve Jones gives insight to help your putting. Later, we'll get some advice from some of the best-known pros on the Champions Tour. To get started, Golf Life takes a look at the challenges and benefits of country clubs and private golf clubs today.
The best thing about a country club is it becomes your club. It becomes your place to come and visit. It becomes your place to call your own. Most country clubs are privately owned by the actual members of the club. So they basically are running the facility and the golf course for their members. The few country clubs that are still privately owned are run for profit, and they're run a little bit differently than those ones that are run by members.
If you're a member of a club, usually it's a lot easier to get on the course. You have a lot less people. The practice facilities are usually better. Not always, but most of the time. The practice facilities here, you can come down to the range anytime, hit balls, morning, noon, or evening. And it just makes it a lot easier to really excel at that. And when you have that constant daily being able to get out there and do it, it's a lot of fun and it's a great challenge.
Nowadays, the way the economy is and everything, both husbands and wives work for most country clubs. Our folks are mostly retired or they don't really work every day, but still the whole aspect has changed. I mean, there's no restrictions on when ladies can play. There's no restrictions on when men can play. And you know what, it's worked out for the best because everybody plays whenever they want. We don't have tee times here, so they can come out and play whenever they want. And I think that's the most biggest change. It used to be much more restrictive. Most clubs nowadays are looking to get rid of rules rather than add rules because the 40 and 50 years old, it's a different world now. I mean, they have to use their cell phone because that's their business now. They don't have offices, they have cell phones and Starbucks, you know.
I think the ones that are succeeding are allowing a certain number of groups from the outside to play their golf course every day to augment their falling membership numbers and filling that gap for revenue by allowing a few groups a day or a week to come out and play their golf course at a good fee.
Well, golf's had to adapt, right? The golfing population is getting older. It's been stagnant or fairly stagnant for a number of years. So trying to get young people into the game, get it more hip. I think a lot of the things like Topgolf has helped actually bring people to the game, making things more fun, making events, really tying events into golf. So doing 9 and wine, where they play 9 holes and come back, have dinner and wine, doing events like that, doing stuff where you can fit them and make it easier for them to play golf. So the easier we can make the game, whether it be at the country club level or any level, it really is important to make the game fun and easy and enjoyable.
So our biggest challenge this time is getting people out on the golf course playing our property when we have empty tee times. During the season, our challenge is fitting everybody into the tee times they like because, like I said, we can be very busy with homeowners, members, and outside guests.
So what we try to do is create a format that they can still compete but have fun. If they have a bad hole, we're not going to put up an embarrassing score.
And that's part of my job, is to make people play better so they enjoy it more, they can play more quickly, they're not in the woods searching for golf balls all the time, they can get around a little more quickly, and they enjoy playing better. People enjoy what they're good at, and if you can help make them better at golf, it really piques their interest and keeps them involved in the game a lot longer.
Recently, in an interview with Jack Nicklaus, and he said, I play the forward tees because I'm used to hitting 7 and 8 irons in the greens, and that's the only place I can do it. It's good enough for him, it's good enough for everybody. It was a slow process because change, egos. But now that they've done it, you know what? They're going to play golf another 5, 6, 7, 8 years rather than get frustrated and quit.
It's a hard game. Breaking down those barriers, making it take less time, making it a little more fun, making it easier. I think those all fit into making it grow.
U.S. Open champ Steve Jones joins us to provide some putting advice when Golf Life returns.
The Cure has just been a total opposite change of all these other putters, and I mean, you could tell it right away when you first start using it.
First time I hit that putter, I nailed 9 out of 10 back to back.
The ball comes off the face just so soft, and it just feels like it's starting to roll immediately.
Came off the putter very softly. There was a lot of great feel with the putter.
When you get this ball on track, it's going in the hole every time.
The way that the weight is spread out so well between the heel and the toe, it has a tremendous MOI. Even if you mishit a little bit off the center of the club face, you get a really true roll. Your distance control is a lot better.
First week, over 7 players took this putter and put it in play on the Champions Tour.
That putter is just crazy good. The Cure is the cure.
Learn more at cureputters.com. And as a special offer for Golf Life viewers, save $25 on any putter when you enter code GolfLife25 at checkout.
One moment changes everything. Distance, precision, decided in a microsecond. So reduce your ball spin and get the most performance at impact with 4 yards more. A next-gen golf tee proven by pros and players like you. The unique durable design flexes at contact, reducing ball spin, giving you tighter control and more distance. So change your game and get 4 yards more. Brought to you by Greenkeepers. Golf smart.
Your short game, shots from bunkers or rough around the green. These are the shots that allow you to score and enjoy the game. The hybrid wedge solution from Blackmagic makes all these shots automatic. Use our patented face-forward hybrid wedges to hit perfect approach shots. Hit the ball higher from the fairway, the sand, and the rough. To order your hybrid wedge now, visit us at hwedge.com or call 877-799-6099. Order now at hwedge.com.
Welcome back to Golf Life, your golf lifestyle show. Golf Life is sponsored in part by Cure Putters. Get your hands on the putter that resists twisting like no other and creates a smooth and consistent roll every time. Learn more at cureputters.com. And by Golf Skate Caddy. Ask your golf course to take part in our revenue share program. The Golf Skate Caddy will grow the game and increase rounds. Visit golfskatecaddy.com. We head out to Orange County, California, where we gain putting advice with U.S. Open champion Steve Jones.
Obviously, when you're playing for score, playing for a living, everything has to come together to have a good week. And for me right now, ironically enough, my wedge game is not where it should be. It's cost me a lot of shots the last few tournaments and a couple iron shots. I'm hitting my driver well. I'm just not getting it close enough to the hole, but at least I haven't had a lot of 3-putts, so that's helped me out. But you have to do the all-around game. I mean, you can have 20 putts a day and still shoot over par, you know, if you don't hit it good enough. So everything has to come together, but you try to, you know, get each part of your game a little bit better and better and better and see what's your weakness and work on that. And hopefully you get it together and do something really well some week, you know. A lot of times when I play with amateurs, they see what I'm using, obviously, and I look what they're using. You know, I see what they're using and what works for them. And a lot of guys are pretty good putters, but usually it's alignment for amateurs. And most of the time, the pros, we work on alignment. If we can align our bodies correctly, then you're going to swing a lot better. And that's the #1 key. And so for putting, that's what you want to do. You want to align your putter up where you want to go, and then you want to forget about your alignment and think about distance. That's all you got to do. Line it up and then think about distance. But too many times, people are trying to keep the putter square the whole way and worrying about, you know, hitting it right on that right lip, and they're not just letting the putter go through, and they're just not letting it stroke because they're thinking too much of alignment. So once you line it up, just think of your speed. Since about 1982, I've been using a bullseye putter, and it's absolutely the opposite of this putter, which is kind of strange, but the bullseye, I used it for 32 years, and the last couple of years been in and out of different types of putters, but the Cure has just been a total opposite change of all these other putters. And I mean, you could tell it right away when you first start using it. Basically, the MOI, what it does is just keeps the putter on line better, and it's a bigger sweet spot. So that's pretty simple right there, and that's what you want in putting. And obviously, you still have to line it up, and you still have to stroke it, but there's a lot of factors you don't have to worry about, such as keeping it square, because it's going to help you do that, and the solidness of that ball hitting the putter head is incredible. I like the weights back here, the adjustable weights. I like how wide it is, the thickness of it, and just the weight that they've distributed perfectly so it keeps it on line. I love that. I never really look at stats, but I know that I've done pretty well when I've made more birdies and more par putts than normal. And Jim Barfield told me that I went from 80th to top 10 in putting in 1 week just because you know, I used it and I putted well with it. So that right there, I don't even really look at stats very often, but he reminded me of that again, and so far it's been pretty good.
Learn more at cureputters.com. And as a special offer for Golf Life viewers, save $25 on any putter when you enter code GolfLife25 at checkout. Now here's some advice on your putting grip from 2011 PGA Teacher of the Year, Mike Malaska from Phoenix, Arizona.
We're going to talk about putting grips, and there's a lot of information out there, but there's also a lot of confusion. So I'm going to show you something that's really helped me. In fact, I instinctively did it, and I was correct with it when I first started, and I putted really well with it. When I started, I used to put my finger down the shaft. So I had my index finger down on the putter this way. And I putted really pretty well with it. And when I started taking lessons, they said, well, no, we got to get that finger off the shaft. Well, let's talk about you as a person. Most people, and it's not always because you're right or left-handed, you have a directional control finger. So you've been throwing balls or whatever. If you shoot a basketball, throw a ball, it tends to be, if you're right-handed, right, but it's not always. The key is, if you put your directional control finger into place so it knows where you're trying to make the putter go, you have a lot more control of it. In my opinion, a lot of the reason that this longer putters and the claw grip works, when you look at the longer putters, how do they hold it? They hold it like this. So they put this directional control of that person back into play. Or the claw grip, see, they're doing this, so they're going at the target. So how do you determine whether it's this finger or this finger? If you look straight ahead and you have somebody stand to the side of you, your peripheral vision, and you look straight ahead and they lift their hand and then you try to point while you're looking straight ahead and they put it in different positions on both sides of your body, and then you use your opposite finger to do the same thing and point at their finger while you're looking straight ahead, you'll be much better with one finger over the other. Now sometimes people are equal with both. So then it's okay if you want to put both fingers down the shaft or try one or the other to find which one you're the best with. But if you're dramatically better, I'm dramatically better with my right than I am with my left. So when I put this finger into play, now when I'm looking at my target, all I'm trying to do is make this go to the target. So that becomes very easy for me. It was like throwing a dart, shooting a basketball, throwing a baseball, pulling back on a bow and arrow. See, this becomes my directional control. So for me, and for most of you, if you can establish that, don't take it out of play. Now I know golf says, well, this is going to make you flip and push. Yeah, I haven't really seen that with people, especially with me. So I found that this really helps me. I understand the concept of not putting it there, but as soon as I put my finger back down the shaft again, I started putting significantly better. Again, some of you will be better with your left. There are some methods out there that work with predominantly the left finger, and they do this. So this is kind of controlling their stroke. Well, if this is your predominant finger and your directional control is better with this one, okay, that's going to work. But if this isn't very good, and you take this one off, you're going to struggle. So next time you're out, just try that. Find out which one's your directional control, put it into play, and see what happens with your putting. If it helps you, stay with it.
When Golf Life returns, Golf Life co-host Colton Little will show you what a lesson with a top teacher is like. Stay tuned.
Hey, it's Colton, Mike from Golf Life. And Colton, we've traveled the U.S. for the past 17 seasons shooting Golf Life. And we've worked with all kinds of golfers. The number one thing we've learned is that people want to get better at this game.
Yeah, for many years we've been working with some of the top teachers in the U.S. The variety of experience and knowledge is awesome, and we've captured that on video.
We've looked at all of the equipment, apparel, gear, all the accessories. We've talked to all the designers, the inventors, the engineers.
We've also gathered some great stories and advice from some of the top players on the PGA, LPGA, and Champions Tours.
We want to invite you, our viewers, to join your new golf club. It's called Club Golf Life. All you got to do is head over to golflife.com. And when you join, you're going to unlock a ton of videos from the top teachers in the game, and you'll be able to see videos about equipment and gear for your game. We welcome you to join Club Golf Life at golflife.com today.
Sit tight. You're on the back nine with Golf Life in a moment. Welcome back to Golf Life, sponsored by 4 Yards More, a unique golf tee that reduces spin and gives you more distance. Get 4 Yards More golf tees at 4yardsmore.com. Now here's Golf Life's co-host, Colton Little, from the Bighorn Golf Club in Palm Desert, California.
We made it to Bighorn Golf Club, Palm Desert, California. We met up with Dale Abraham. He's the Director of Instruction here at Bighorn. Dale, we want to ask you, all golf instructors are different. Nobody does the same thing, everybody has their little idiosyncrasies here and there. We want to hear from you on what your kind of philosophies are on the golf swing and in golf in general.
Well, just like you said, every golf instructor is a little different. Every person that plays golf is a little different. So what I try to do is I try to take what each person does. Everyone has one strength, and even in their full swing, they'll have something they do well, and then the other things that they don't do quite as well. So I try to accentuate what they do well, build on that, and then fit the swing to fit them physically. So we all have our own attributes as far as how we can move and what our body wants to do and doesn't want to do. So we want to actually make it as repeatable, as efficient, and as basically least injury prone as we can. And so make it so you can enjoy it and be a little more consistent and have some fun.
I'm a baseball player, learning to play golf today. I think we got some tips that you can show me.
I think so.
Let's go get to it.
So it's interesting. So we're using the TrackMan here, and it's tracking the club and ball data, right? So the club, the moment of truth is impact, because that determines basically where the ball is going to go, right? So we're looking at a couple different things here. You hit that last shot 231 yards in the air with a 4-iron. You had a negative 3.6 angle of attack, which is really good. It's pretty shallow, or good, especially with your club head speed of 107 miles per hour with a 4-iron. That's a ton of club head speed, way above tour average. When you look at it though, you can kind of look at your club path. So on a typical tour player, whether it be LPGA or PGA Tour, you typically want to see a path with a little draw or a little fade about 2 or 3 degrees to the right for a little draw for a right-hander, or 2 or 3 to the left for a fade, and then the face would be about half that amount in the same direction. Your club path is 9.6 degrees, so 10 degrees, let's say, into out. So you have actually too much of a good thing. You get the club coming so far into out that you can't quite get the face right on, and that gives you that big, big, big hook, and then that big, big, big push. And that's where I just think the path is one of your weaknesses, where it kind of gets you off a little bit. You can see pretty good setup for the most part when you look at it from down the line. Your good posture, good flat back, good bend at the hips, everything's pretty darn good. But when you go back, you can see the club going back goes back right back along that red line.
Right.
Till it gets to the height of your hand, so it's really good there. And then from there, what does it do?
It goes straight up.
It goes straight up. So it gets very, very vertical. And when it gets vertical like that, that's not biomechanically how you're predisposed to swing. And what happens here is you get to the top, you get the club in what we call across the line. So what I mean by that is the club head is above your head rather than parallel to your target line. So as you're going to transition, it starts down steep right there.
Yep.
So that shaft is, again, kind of the same as it was going back. It's very, very steep. And now you do a really good job of shallowing it as your hands move out away from you, but that club head drops way inside your hands.
The one thing that I can say for Dale Abraham is that he truly takes a golfer, breaks down their swing, and then gives them a solution for their problem. Think of it like a doctor. The doctor finds the problem, then gives you the medicine to fix that problem. With Dale, he finds the problem, then gives you the appropriate drill to fix it.
And that's where I just think the path is one of your weaknesses, where it kind of gets you off a little bit.
The golf swing happens in a split second, and it can be very hard to see a problem with the naked eye. We use the TrackMan 4 to diagnose my swing. To the average human, it looks like I have an over-the-top swing, but in reality, my problem was how I attacked the golf ball on my downswing, as I was getting my hands too far inside my body, resulting in a lot of timing issues. In my scenario, Dale showed me a drill with a pool noodle that allowed me to bring my 9.6 attack angle to a 3.5. Getting it down to a 3.5 allowed for straighter shots and more consistency. Drills like this and teachers using technology like the TrackMan can help you get to the root of your problem, leaving you with a better understanding of your golf swing.
Well, it's an easy drill that you can do at home. I mean, you could go to your local driving range, set up what we had today, and you got your drill there.
All right, pool of noodles, a couple alignment sticks, and you're all set and ready to go.
Perfect, Dale. Thank you very much.
All right, you got it. My pleasure.
Please stay tuned. When we return to Golf Life, we take you on the Champions Tour, where some of the most recognizable players in the game give you some advice for your game.
One moment changes everything. Distance, precision, decided in a microsecond. So reduce your ball spin and get the most performance at impact with 4 yards more. A next-gen golf tee proven by pros and players like you. The unique durable design flexes at contact, reducing ball spin, giving you tighter control and more distance. So change your game and get 4 yards more. Brought to you by Greenkeepers. Golf Smart.
Hi folks, we take these golf skate caddies to courses all over the country and people are always asking about them. Let's tell you a little bit about this great new golf cart right now. So these store easily in your car. Pop the handle up. There's a small attachment here that locks it and you can throw a bag right on the front. Here on the bottom is a large battery. It holds power for about 2 rounds. It's awesome. You just turn it on and you're ready to rock. You got this control screen. You just hold the button, turn it on. Now you can switch between 4 different gears. It also shows you the battery power and the speed that you're riding at. Keep that course in great shape. You got some sand to replace a divot. Great thing about the Skate Caddy is it's a skateboard. This thing has high suspension, it has trucks like a skateboard, and it can basically go anywhere. It can go off-road, handle the bumps. This thing is fully off-road. It's really fun to ride. Folks, find out how you can get a Skate Caddy at your golf course. Head over to golfskatecaddy.com.
Your short game, shots from bunkers or rough around the green. These are the shots that allow you to score and enjoy the game. The hybrid wedge solution from Blackmagic makes all these shots automatic. Use our patented face-forward hybrid wedges to hit perfect approach shots. Hit the ball higher from the fairway, the sand, and the rough. To order your hybrid wedge now, visit us at hwedge.com or call 877-799-6099. Order now at hwedge.com.
Welcome back to Golf Life, America's golf show for your golf lifestyle. Golf Life is sponsored in part by Golf Tips Magazine. Get the lessons you need from top teachers with Golf Tips, a proud sponsor of Golf Life. Subscribe today at golftipsmag.com. And by H-Wedge, the hybrid wedge that will improve your short game immediately. Want to get better now? Order an H-Wedge. With our money-back guarantee, all you'll lose is strokes around the green. Visit hwedge.com and get free shipping with code GOLFLIFE. Are you struggling at the game of golf? Here's some of the best players around to give you some perspective of this great game.
Those guys who are struggling, my advice is just to enjoy the game of golf. And that's pretty much what it is. If you're up there, you're, one handicapper up there, you gotta enjoy yourself. So when I go out there and play with my friends, I just enjoy playing with my friends. I love to play with my friends. And that's what I think it is. They put too much pressure on themselves, so you really have to kind of enjoy the game, because enjoying the game, you play with integrity, you play for the love of the game, and that's the most important thing. If you can have those 3 things, and you're gonna enjoy yourself.
You gotta work on your basic fundamentals. I think, when you see the guys on the regular tour and out here, they are constantly working on their fundamentals, and a lot of the fundamentals really involve just really good posture, really good setup positions. And then you work on your ball position, and the reason you really work on that is trying to find the bottom of the golf swing so you're making solid contact. And I think that's the one thing most of us, and I know that I'm working on the most, is trying to find the impact zone like Bobby Clampett advertises, and that's the most important thing.
After 40 or 45, you don't need to do a lot of exercise. I'm doing yoga for more stretching my body and get relaxed in my mind also. I'm not doing a lot of sports by the side. I'm doing more like water ski and a little bit of kite surfing. I try to enjoy myself when I'm doing something.
2 most important things is driving and chipping and putting. You can get away with a mediocre iron game if you're a good chipper and putter. And if I had to give anybody any indication on how to get better, they should spend 90% of their time chipping and putting. Quite often I see first club that most guys pull out on a driving range is a driver. They don't even bother warming up, they just go straight to the driver. They just want to pound it as far as they can. But this is where it's won and lost, around the green.
You have to put some time into this game if you want to get better. That's one thing's proven, you know. So if you're just retiring and you think that you're going to get better playing once or twice a week and your game should improve and you don't understand why, you know, it's not going to, because you got to spend extra time on those other days you're not playing, hitting balls or putting or chipping. You know, chipping seems to be the hardest part for a lot of amateurs, you know. So, and short game is a big way to make up a lot of strokes when you're trying to improve, and most people go straight to the range and hit balls. So chipping and putting, I would say, would be the biggest way to improve the fastest.
If there's one lesson I can give them is try to keep that knee flexed and going through the target. Even after you hit it, go through the target until you actually have to come out of your flex with your left knee. If you can keep it flexed, then that will cure a lot of ills that you have, whether it be cutting across it, coming over it. You know, that tends to make some of your bad swings less bad.
Thanks for watching Golf Life. Do you want more video tips and advice you can watch on your phone or tablet? Make sure you visit golflife.com for a wealth of golf videos, news, and reviews. You can also follow us on Twitter @GolfLife or facebook.com/GolfLife for daily videos and articles. I'm Kate Collins. Look for Golf Life next week on this channel.